A very good morning to all of you students. Children, today let's learn about natural resources, children. We being human beings, not just human beings but every living being on earth depends on nature, as we all know. We depend on nature and the various things that are present in the nature for our basic needs, right? So these things which we are dependent on, they are called as natural resources from which we derive some benefit. These substances, these things which are present in the nature from which we derive some benefit, it is called as natural resource. They are called as natural resources. So here you can see that the natural resources are divided basically are classified into two types, children. Inexhaustible natural resources and exhaustible natural resources. The name itself indicates here, children, exhaustible and inexhaustible. What do you mean by exhausting? That means they become unavailable easily. They run out of supply. They are present in limited amounts so that once we use it, we can't get them again. So they are called as exhaustible. That means they tend to run out of supply. That means they will be unavailable to us. Once they are used up, they will not be there again to use. So inexhaustible means those which are present in limitless quantities. So as much as we can use them because they are present in limitless, unlimited quantities. Okay, they never get exhausted. They're always available for us to use. Okay, so inexhaustible, can you give some examples? This is your task for today. Please get more examples for inexhaustible and exhaustible natural resources. In some textbooks, actually, inexhaustible natural resources are otherwise called as renewable natural resources and exhaustible natural resources are otherwise called as non-renewable resources. That is also correct. But in some textbooks, we find like this. Exhaustible resources, again, they are classified into two types. They are renewable and non-renewable. Once they are over, once they are unavailable. Now, they can take a short period of time to form again. Renew. Can you see this? Renew. That means they can be formed again. But there are some natural resources which cannot be formed again. Non-renewable. That means they cannot be formed again, or it takes about millions of years for them to form. So I want you to get examples of exhaustible and inexhaustible natural resources. Will you do, children? Fine. So today our lesson is nothing but coal and petroleum, right? So they come under the non-renewable resources. That means they are formed some millions of years ago, and now if we just use off them, and such that they become unavailable now, then it will take some millions of years to form again. So that is the reason why they are classified under non-renewable resources. So these, particularly coal and petroleum and natural gas, they are all called as fossil fuels, children. What are they called? They are called as fossil fuels. So what do you mean by fossil? Fossils are nothing but the dead remains of the living organisms, right? So they are formed from the dead remains. These fuels are formed. What are they? Coal, petroleum and natural gas. They are formed from the dead remains of the living organisms like plants and animals. So that is why they are called as fossil fuels. Our chapter is mainly about, we will be learning about the formation of coal, how it is used, how it is processed. In the similar manner, how petroleum and natural gases also is formed and how are they used. So we will be learning about them in detail in this chapter, children. For today, I'll stop over here, and what you have to do, you have to find out the examples for inexhaustible and exhaustible natural resources. Okay, thank you.